everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about a very sensitive topic that someone asked me a question about, and that is if they should buy a car or lease a car, and to let you all know what my take is about this topic, if buying a car is better than leasing. Now, to really look into it, for me, I believe that whatever you want to do with your money is up to you, but for me, I prefer to buy my car depending on the brand it is, because one thing I love when people pay off the depreciation on a car and I buy it used. So it all depends on what you want to do. If you're someone who loves to drive cars every few years, if you like to drive the latest technology, you want to drive cars with newer interior and whatever comes with new cars, then leasing is good for you. But if you are someone who want to like buy a car that you can like modify, you drive and don't worry about denting it or damaging the car, then buying is good for you. Most times buying is cheaper, but you pay more on it monthly. So let's dive in and see what some of advantages of leasing a car include. You do not pay for major repairs. You drive latest cars with the latest technology. You drive cars that's new and come with all the bells and whistles. No down payment or very little down payment depending on what you are planning to lease. Modern safety. If you're leasing a newer car, you are sure to have the modern technology, even though you go with the base model. So you come with the modern technology, you make a lower monthly payment. That's one thing that's great with leasing a car. If you lease a car, you don't need to worry about selling the car after your lease is up. So you can drive the car for the term of your lease and you give it back to the dealership or to the automaker that you bought the car from. You get what you can afford, right? So you can either go for the highest trim or you can go for the lowest trim. It all depends on what you want to pay for. So the higher things the car has, the more money you are going to pay. Now, you get really great peace of mind when you are not responsible for the major repairs or anything that goes on with the car. The dealership will take care of it, or the automaker will take care of the lease for you. Now let's talk about some of the disadvantages of leasing a car. Some of them, you have limits on the miles you can put on the car, right? So you can't just like drive the car and put 10,000, 20,000 miles on the car. For example, you can drive the car to make extra money because you will be worried about putting too many miles on the car. Now, you can't sell the car, which is very important, because if you buy a car, you can sell it. Now, you have to take good care of the car to ensure that the car doesn't have any dent or any kind of damages. Insurance sometimes is higher when you lease a car. Lots of hidden fees sometimes, depending on where you buy the car. You are paying for the depreciation of the car, which is another reason. And you can't do any upgrade to the car. If you lease a car, you can't do any upgrade because it is not your car. You are renting it from the automaker. And you have to be more careful when you are leasing a car. You are stuck with a car for the term of your lease. Okay, when you lease a car, if it's 2 years, if it's 3 years, you have to keep that car unless there is a major problem with the car. Then you have the ability of changing the car. Some of the major and most important advantages of buying a car is that you buy what you can afford. Okay, so for example, you can find a car of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $1 million, right? Now, you buy car according to your pocket, according to how much you can afford. But when you lease a car, it's a different case. You're going to lease whatever they have, unless you want the car customized. Another major advantage of buying a car is you can sell the car anytime. Okay, you can decide to sell the car. If you're done with the car, you can sell it. You can take a loan, pay it off, and sell the car, or you can transfer whatever you have left on the car. So this is a major advantage of buying a car. You can trade the car in anytime, but when you trade the car in, if you are still owing on this car, you are going to be facing something called negative equity. Okay, so this is topic for another day. So you can trade the car in anytime you want. Owning the car, even though you are renting it from a bank, okay, the bank usually have all the papers to the car until you pay off the car. But if you want to sell it, you can also sell it. Now, when you buy a car, you don't have limits on the miles you can put on the car. Even if you can put 100,000 miles on the car every year, you are allowed to do it because it's your car. But remember, the more miles you put on your car, the less value the car is going to have. So you put as much miles as you want on the car because it's your personal car. Now, when you buy a car, most times the insurance is cheaper. Okay, your insurance gonna be cheaper compared to leasing a car because you have less of a risk compared to leasing a car, and your driving history is gonna play a very important role. So buying a car will make your insurance cheaper sometimes. Now, you can customize the car, you can make changes, you can modify the car whenever you want, which is another great reason for buying a car. Now, for me, I do not do any modification to my cars. I love to drive the cars the way they are. I like to drive the original engine. I don't like to make any changes to a car. But if you are someone who loves to modify cars, then buying a car will be the best option for you. So another great reason why you can also buy a car is that you can pay it off sooner. Depending on where you got your loan, you can pay your car off sooner, which it's really great. If you go with a credit union, you can some banks will tell you that you don't have to pay a penalty for paying off your car. Now, some of the disadvantages of owning or buying a car, not very many. Okay, there are fewer disadvantages compared to leasing a car. Now, disadvantages I can think of is that when you buy a car, you are stuck with the car. If you don't like the car, you have to find a way to sell the car or pay it off early. And if you trying to sell a car you still owe on, it can be a lot of headache. So it's not easy for you to sell the car. Now, if you buy a car and you have paid it off, you can sell it easily. Now, another disadvantage is that you will be stuck with a car that you do not like. Okay, so if you buy a lemon car, if you buy a car that doesn't work well, you can't just take it back to the dealership and have them fix the car for you unless you have warranty on the car. But what you can do is that if you buy a car and if you know the lemon law, you can take the car back. If they have tried to fix the car maybe 5 times, this is a topic for another day, then you can start pressing charges and the dealership might buy the car from you. So do you think the information I have given here, is it helpful to you? Did you find any value in this video today? Please, if you found any value, please subscribe, press the bell notification icon, and please like this video and share it with whoever is trying to buy a car that you know, so that they will know some of the disadvantages and advantages of either leasing or buying a car. Thank you very much for being part of my channel, and I will see you next time.